Spencer, does anything change about your process when you're in like a competition like this mentally? Do you seek out like a mental coach? Do you think about how you're going to approach a competition versus going into something with a known role?
No, I mean, I think you just gotta try to be at your best every day. Try to get better and better each day, and try to make the guys around you, the team around you, better when you're in. And like we say, iron sharpens iron, and all of us love competing. I mean, it's just part of the game. You're going to compete in whatever role you got. So. Looking forward to the opportunity, having fun with it.
So it's just kind of like a natural, like, athletics thing, right? Like, you don't have to really
just part of it.
Not too much.
Yeah, just part of the game and something you got to deal with.
Especially last season, I guess you kind of in a competition for the number 2 position, maybe, right? Do you kind of build off of that or learn something from that?
Say it one more time.
I say like last season, you kind of in a competition, I guess, for like the backup spot.
Yeah.
So do you kind of get something out of that or draw something from that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's similar. Another competition, just for a different role. Feel good coming into this. Felt good coming in OTAs, minicamp, and feel good right now. Obviously, a lot of stuff to clean up, but everybody looks good. The guys look good. Loving our QB room. I think it's been great. We love building with each other, and then we go out there and compete. So I think it's great for all of us.
Spencer, does it become hard to strike a balance between working on something that's maybe not a strength and trying to learn to do that better versus trying to just get the best results possible, especially in like 11-on-11?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you want to have the best results possible every time you step on the field, 7-on, 11-on, and then you can take care of the little things you want to clean up after practice like we do. But really, it's just the operation, the communication, how smooth is it, can we get in and out the huddle, and I'd say that's the biggest part.
The fact that you went through competition last year, how much has that helped you when it comes to the process this year?
Yeah, I think it helps a lot. Feel very clear-minded coming into this year, knowing what I want to accomplish and knowing what our group wants to accomplish. So just want to come out here, play good ball, and keep getting better.
Spencer, how you were able to respond from the interception and you took it in yourself. What was your process like mentally when you do the pick when you ran it in 14?
Yeah, it was a really clean day up until that. I think that's the biggest focus is we have to keep, finish the day out strong. You got to start fast and finish faster. But yeah, just got to, make a smart play, throw it away further if I'm going to do it in the back of the end zone. But you got to respond, next play mentality. They want to open it up, go ahead and run it in.
Is that what happened on that play? You didn't throw it away far enough?
Got to put more on it. Just missed it. Bad decision.
How much do you, how do you handle that? Obviously the next play was a solid play, but are you good at, do you think, at flushing that and forgetting it?
I think you have to be. Can't let it, phase you, because there's another play. You're going to be back on the field again, but you want to limit those as much as you can, especially in the red zone.
Spencer, the adversity that you had in college, Oklahoma, South Carolina, how much is that helping you out right now in this competition?
I think it helps out a little bit. I've seen a lot of things happen, so you can't really put your trust into everything. You got to just kind of control what you can and do your best and see what happens. But very confident in what we can do as a group. And like I said, it's good to have everybody back healthy. Everybody's looking great right now, and feels good to have everybody out there and have a new system, new staff, and get things rolling.
How was the work this offseason with Chris and Rashid?
Yeah.
And how does that kind of impact y'all going into this point?
Yeah, I think it helped a lot, having those guys out for 2 days. We got a lot of good work in out there, and just builds chemistry, builds consistency, and I think connecting with those guys a little better now, than last year. Obviously not getting as many reps with them. So it was great to have those guys out and build on what we already did in OTAs and minicamp.
How big of a, ignoring the noise, especially in a situation like this, how big of a component is that to just staying mentally right to be able to go out here and compete?
Yeah, you're going to hear the noise, obviously. It's just part of the profession. But, we've been hearing noise for a long time now. So nothing new at this point. Just have to keep keep the work habits in building, keep building with the guys and go out there and put a good product on the field.
Do you ever feel like nerves change whenever you're, what I feel like today, we're trying to fix the continues?
It's the same approach. You want to make each group look good, no matter who you're with. 3s, 2s, 4s, 1s. You want the same results. So, had a good first day. Thought we had a good second day, and we'll be back at it tomorrow and goes back and forth. So it's just part of the competition, and you got to embrace it.
Has there been a moment with Tyler Shough right now, both as a teammate and a player?
Say it one more time.
What are your impressions of Tyler as a teammate and a player?
Yeah, I've known Tyler for a while now, mutually. You know, we grew up in the same area. He's a good dude. I mean, he's got a good arm. He's a good QB, and we've been building with each other pretty well. And I wouldn't say it's like a toxic QB room at all. You know, we were in there having fun, chopping it up, and that's what I like about the group. Him, Hunter Deckers, Jake Hayner. Obviously, been with Jake for a year now, so I really enjoy working with those guys and competing with them too.
Is it, would you say that y'all push each other? Like, oh, he did that, now I want to go do this. Like, is there,
There's probably a little bit of that inside with all of us, right? You know, we all want to one-up each other in drills and this and that. That's just part of competition. If you don't want to do that, then you're probably not built for this.
What's impressed you most behind the scenes about? I mean, obviously you're surrounded by guys who work with a ton of QBs, with Kellen, Doug, Tolzien. Has there been, a moment behind the scenes that's really impressed you about those guys and that coaching staff, or what is it about them that makes you think that they're really good for quarterback development?
Obviously, they all played the position, and like you said, they've coached a lot of great quarterbacks. I'd say their level of detail is very impressive. The amount of stuff we get into 1 or 2 meetings is a lot, and we all retain it pretty well. I think how Coach Moore schedules the schedule out and how he takes care of us, that shows a lot about him. And he's a player's type of coach, but is very gifted mentally within this game, and especially at the quarterback position.
What has Cooks brought just in terms of leadership and cohesiveness and togetherness and all?
Yeah, obviously he's a vet in this league, and just another great, obviously, weapon for us, but another great leader. Seen a lot, been through a lot. Obviously started his career here, so kind of knows what it takes and knows what it's supposed to look like.
Is it a noticeable difference? Playing for a head coach that was a quarterback as opposed to last year?
For sure, definitely a difference, and I think that's kind of where the league is trending. But I enjoy it.
What do you make of the tempo that he likes to run?
I enjoy it. I think that's a strength of mine. I think that's a strength of our guys. That can help our O-line out up front, take some pressure off of them, and obviously you see the type of weapons we got outside. I think you get the tight ends, you get those guys rolling with some tempo. I think it's great.
Do you have a feel for when to like? How do you guys push it? Like, is it? Oh, there's my phone. Do you? Is there a signal from the sideline that indicates, all right, it's time to go? Do you have a say in that? Like, how does it kind of work?
I think you always just want to have some sort of urgency about yourself. Even if it's a huddle call, you want to have urgency in and out the huddle. And then, how everything else takes care of itself, it does with whatever he's calling. But obviously we'll switch it up. But you always want to have urgency.
Think of the fact that there wasn't a veteran quarterback brought into the room, but you have former quarterbacks that each key position for yourself. How much is that really shown when it comes to having veteran presence in the QB?
Like I said earlier, I think these guys all played the position, have coached a lot of good quarterbacks themselves, and if we got questions, we can ask them, and they've been a great help so far.
We've heard a couple people reference Kellen's time efficiency. Like, how does that actually play out for y'all? How does that impact y'all as a team?
I think he's got a clear vision. Obviously knows what he wants within, the goals, but also the schedule, and gives us time to recover, gives us time to mentally get ready for meetings, and kind of just attack whatever we're doing.
Might be too early to ask, but how does that translate into things like game planning or scheme? I mean, I guess probably not game planning, but scheme and building the offense.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, when we get there, but I got all the faith in he's going to do a great job with that, just based how it's been now, how practice is scripted, how it's scheduled, very detailed.
Spencer, Kellen's offense is quarterback friendly in the sense there's a lot of drive starters, like easy completions early in drives. Would you agree with that? And how is that helpful for a quarterback?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think, he'll call whatever to start out the drive. Obviously, we haven't gotten too many, call it periods, 11 on 11 full pads yet, but I'd expect him to call anything and get a positive play on the first play.
You have to highlight a couple of the ways that you evolved both as a player and a professional from last year to now, and what are the things that stand out to you about maybe what's changed in yourself?
Yeah, I think just kind of knowing what to expect, finding areas of weaknesses that I needed to get better at in the offseason, and kind of circling those and attacking those, and then just the overall preparation of everything, just really mastering it, really owning my craft, and feel like I'm taking steps in that area.
Tyler, what are you looking forward to?
Just building each day with the guys. Just looking to get better and better. Keep everything moving, and keep having fun.